Hi, I'm Patty Cullen, the Executive Director of Western Avenue Studios and Lofts. Thank you for joining us on our first virtual open house tour of our live work residences. Behind me are 50 apartments filled with artists doing their creative work and sharing in the community that is Western Avenue. One of the best things about Western Avenue is its community, and nowhere is that more present than in our gardens. These provide the backdrop for potluck dinners in the summer evenings, barbecues, parties, celebrations. Every day is a celebration out here where people are growing things and growing their relationships.
Hello, my name is Angela Ales. I am a painter and also an art educator.
And I'm Ronel Lores, and I'm a sculptor and a painter.
And this is Buddy. And we've been at Western Avenue for the last 6 years. Since the moment we arrived to Lowell, the first thing we did was come to Western Avenue. Actually, we're from Miami. And the reason we are in Lowell is because we found this amazing community online first.
It really is an amazing place. We have musicians and artists and actors, and in the summers, we all get together by the fire and have conversations, and the musicians play music. And then as far as the creative experience, it's been super enriching, collaborating and working with so many friends.
My name is James Flynn. In March of 2020, my wife and I moved into the studios, and they were fantastic. And then in August of 2020, some of the lofts became available, two of them, and we jumped on that opportunity. The lofts provide an incredible working space. I'm very happy with the work I've been able to do, and the community here is just fantastic. Couldn't be happier that I'm part of Western Avenue Lofts. It's just a great place.
My name is Amy Roberts. I'm a painter at Western Avenue Studios and Lofts in Lowell, Massachusetts. I actually moved here on the recommendation of my daughter, who had a film student friend in Chelmsford. I've been here for almost 5 years. Starting with the space that I work in, it's awesome. I can make messes, I can display my art, I can interact with the community. The grounds include a garden where I can grow my sunflowers and tomatoes. We have navigation brewing. We have food trucks that come in, and most importantly, open studios where we can interact with the community, the vibrant community of Lowell, which includes theater, music, college campuses, the students coming in. Really, where else would you want to be? It makes it so easy to be a creative.
Now that we've checked out the gardens, let's check out the inside of the loft, which, by the way, are dog friendly. Western Avenue opened in 2012. 50 people moved in. Within the next 6 months, the building was full. What the great thing about the lofts is that the windows were already 22 feet wide, and the posts were about 25 feet apart. So it made for a really easy dividing up into really spacious lofts. One of the things we love to do in Western Avenue is tell the artists to put their art on the walls so that we can see what they do and the neighbors can get to know each other. It also works really well when we're allowed to have open studios and open the building to the public. What we're going to do today is we're going to take you into the two lofts that we have available for rent right now. They're actually side-by-side units, so they're pretty similar, and it's the basic layout of a loft. A few of the units we have do have different layouts. They have a little different feature like brick walls and columns. It just depends where in the building it was set up. So here's loft 113. Come on in with me. Loft 113 is 1,455 square feet and rents for $1,830 a month. The lofts all basically are set up like this. There's a concrete floor, beautiful 22-foot wide window. The heating and air conditioning duct runs the full length, and the bathroom is behind the kitchen. And then there's just one big open room. A lot of our first residents were artists in our studios and gave us a lot of input into what they wanted in the lofts. So we kept it pretty minimal, made sure it stayed affordable. Lofts are either located on the canal side or the parking lot side. Loft 113 happens to be a canal side loft. This is the Pawtucket Canal, and it runs the whole length on the backside of Western Avenue Lofts. This loft also has 2 steps down, so you have a nice raised platform along the window. It's also a canal-facing loft. The only big difference with this one is that we painted the floor. Come on in. Our lofts are wide open spaces, but artists like to personalize them. Many have built staircases to the platform that's over the bathroom for storage. We've had others build three-quarter walls to partition off a bedroom, and some have built full-out second levels for storage and sleeping with staircases and a lot of personalization. It's a fun amount of space to work with, and it's really cool what the artists do. At Western Avenue Lofts, we have artists that range from painters to ceramic to 3D installation. We have musicians, we have an actor, and quilting and fiber textile, mixed media, all ranges of art. We have a certification process. We have a review committee that your application is put to, actually your portfolio is put to review committee, and if you are juried in, then we can show you an available loft, or we can put you on our wait list. Our wait list is mostly for our smaller and the lower price range of lofts. As you know, right now, the ones we have available are over $1,800 a month. As you can see, our artists are quite prolific, working in large scale and small scale, and we love walking down the halls and seeing their new work and seeing some old favorites too. It's really fun.
Hi, I'm Ingrid Hess, and I'm a professor of graphic design at the University of Massachusetts, Lowell, and I've lived here in the lofts for 5.5 years. One of the things I love about this space is that I have access to an outside space as well. So there's several things to the outside space I love. One is I get to have my own flower garden. For a lot of people, they choose to plant vegetables instead, but the gardening community is really big in the summertime. I also like the cooking community outside. Many people barbecue in the evenings, and anyone can join in, so there is a great sense of camaraderie. And then finally, we have a fire pit, which is really wonderful in the evenings, all through the good weather. People join and tell stories and hang out, and it's really a beautiful part of the loft community. I've often joked with people who live here that living in Western Ave Lofts is like the perfect union between being in a college dorm and being in assisted living. And I think that that is a great description because it has the fun and camaraderie and community of a college dorm, but it has the help and assistance in a lot of ways of an intentional community. If I need help with anything, there's always someone who will lend me a hand. Just this morning, I had a huge package delivered and I needed help, and so I just called my neighbor and he helped bring it to my door. So I really appreciate the lofts for both of those reasons. So the single thing that I look for the most in a living area is space. I love the space of really high ceilings. I love the space of open floor plan, and I love the space that's created when there's really big windows. And Western Ave Lofts has all three of these things in spades. The ceilings are incredibly high. They could have built each of these lofts to have 2 floors, but they chose not to, and I'm so glad that they chose not to because the open feeling is so dramatic. The light from the sun often reflects off the canal onto the ceilings and makes beautiful patterns, and it's just stunning. Because of the open floor plan, I was able to configure exactly what I wanted. I know for me, it's nice to have a cozy bedroom area, and so I wanted to build walls, but I built them short. They're only 6 feet tall, so as not to interrupt the space and the window light. And then I also wanted to build a staircase to go to allow me access above the bathroom. There's a really nice little loft area, and now I can use that for storage. So I have been able to configure this exactly to my likings. I was looking for a place to live that also had a sense of community. And I've really been looking for that probably for the last 25 years, and I never found it. And I wasn't even sure it existed. But then when I moved to Lowell, I kept hearing about this place. And finally, I decided to check it out, and I'm so glad I did.
So we're on the second floor of the lofts now, and it's a little different here. While the ceilings are all 14 feet in height, on the second floor, we have sawtooths that are on the roof, and that can put the ceiling height up to 22 feet, which in this hallway, you're getting the benefit of that. So it's 22-foot ceiling at the peak of the sawtooth. The other interesting thing about Western Avenue is that on the roofs here, we have solar power. The solar we put on, about 9 years ago, was one of the largest private solar installations in the state of Massachusetts at its time. We're really proud of that.
My name is Sophie Tuttle, and I'm a muralist and a fine artist. I make work based on plants and animals in the natural environment and the conflicts and collaborations that we find ourselves in with it every day. I came to an open studios here at Western Ave in the early part of 2020, and I got to come and chat with people who lived in the building, and they were telling me what a great place it is and what a nice community there is here and how the artists all support each other. And so I just thought that sounded like something I really wanted to be a part of. My favorite part of living at Western Ave is the community of artists that live here. Everyone's working, everyone's practicing, and everyone has such a different take on what they do. And it's really kind of inspiring to be able to sit around the campfire and talk to people and be out in the garden and talk to someone about their work or what they're doing or what they're teaching. And it's just kind of an inspiring place to live. I love being able to just wake up in the morning and go make myself a cup of coffee and then be in the studio in under 20 seconds and just start working and painting. And as the light changes through the day, there's different spots that I can be working in. And these giant windows make it so easy to have natural light in the studio.
And now we're going to take you on a really short tour of the laundry room on site on the first floor. So thanks for coming on a tour of Western Avenue Lofts. And we're just going to give you a little side trip over to the studios so you can see the whole campus. This is the Western Avenue Studios side of the campus with 5 stories of work-only studios, about 250 studios, which puts us at over 350 artists on campus in total. We also have a couple commercial businesses on site. Navigation Brewing is here, and when they're open, they always have a food truck to go along with their beer. Loading Dock Gallery is a cooperative art gallery located inside on our loading dock. And in February, Tiny Arms Coffee will be bringing a coffee shop with some light fare to Western Avenue. Thanks for being on the tour today. We hope you come and visit, think about living here, and join the Western Avenue community.